YouTube. Hey guys, once again, thanks for following my channel. If you're new to my channel and you like to see gameplay and offensive and defensive schemes, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be rolling once again with the Buffalo Bills on my offense and defense, but I'm going to be playing with the Browns in this particular game. I'm just trying to switch up my team a little bit. We just go with different teams. My opponent's using Buffalo Bills as his team, and I can tell you that he actually had really stout run defense. I had a hard time with this, and this game is going to be a defensive battle. In particular, it's going to be a crazy defensive battle in basically the red zone area. So it's going to be very interesting on that. So right now, I'm just trying to establish my defense. I've set my defense up. He hits me with the levels concept, and he actually goes underneath. He's able to go and pop it. My one guy didn't play that flat route correctly. I think I had my flats at 10 yards depth, so he was basically splitting the difference, doing his job. And right here, got a crosser right here. He takes off this quarterback. So what do you learn from this drive? This guy does a lot of stock plays. He likes the quick snap, and basically he'll take off this quarterback. So now my defensive lineman, I'm going to have to either rush for or essentially go ahead and spy one up. Actually rush for in this type of situation, catch him off guard, and actually sack him. 2nd and 18 type of situation. So back to basically my defense that I like to run, which is this cover 4 type quarters type defense, and actually get his guy in a screen off to the right, get him a 3rd and 16 type of situation. Now I dial up a man blitz. Just want to show him something a little bit different. He's running, basically all 5, and he actually makes a great play with the crosser right there. And I think I chased the running back to the opposite side, and as a result, he's able to go and turn that up for a first down. So here he comes back to the offense. He tries to do a little bubble screen in this type of situation, but one of his offensive linemen was down, so I'm able to go ahead and get an illegal man downfield and get a penalty right there. So 2nd and 13 situation, he actually pops a little out route right there, picks up some yards. He gets a 3rd and 8 type of situation. I'm just basically putting everybody in zones right here. He actually peels off and he throws into basically a trail route, and as a result, my defenders actually smack the ball down. And he smartly takes the points, takes the 3 points. That's a smart thing to do. Don't walk away from points in this type of situation unless you get the ball like down on the 1 yard line, and you could force a potential safety. So right here, I actually go ahead, threw this ball a little bit late. This guy was mixing in a lot of man coverages, cover 2 coverage. He had a very good mix with his defense, and I had a hard time playing against his defense. His defense would rally really good to the ball, and that's another good situation right there. So right there in a 4th down situation, I jump into a play. I've got a wheel. I've got a deep out route off the backside. He presses his guys down. I motion one of my guys over. So I'm not thinking I can get the out. I go back to the wheel, and he actually takes it away. So I come back around and hit Higgins. Now Higgins is not a sexy player. He's got basically 86 speed, but the guy can catch, and so that's why you got to keep him on your roster. So right here, I go ahead and jump into this play right here. I've got a little out route. I got a wheel route to the back end side, and I actually go ahead and hit the deep post with Beckham. Actually, his user was in the area, so you got to remember that. So there's a play that I've had in this game, and I go ahead and streak up my backside receiver. Nobody over the backside receiver. I take a shot up top. Don't get all of it, but I'm able to go and come down with it with a spectacular catch and get the ball down on the 3 yard line. So all I'm going to do is just go ahead and pound the ball in. 3 yards, get it down to the very 1 right here, and basically Chubb wasn't able to fall in. Now I go ahead and just try to show him kind of a mixed up look, but he's got 7 guys in the box. I don't know why I necessarily did this, but look at the hole right there, and look how it closes up, and look how his guys just hold me up in that type of situation. That was a touchdown. He just took it away from me. So now I go into a pass play, basically going to show my opponent it's kind of the same look. I'm going to go ahead and hit this little spot, but for some reason, the way he was playing his defense, that spot route, which is basically money spot route, was getting stopped, and I go to an inside dive play. The hole was right there, but his guys were block shedding off of my really good offensive line and getting stopped, so he gets me in a 4th down situation. I basically blitz the house. He comes out in this weird, funky set, and as a result, I get a safety and I get the ball back. So, 1 minute and 35 seconds left right here. basically safety down by 1 point right here. All I have to do is get in field goal range. If I can get a little bit closer, that's fine. I want to try to work the clock down as much as possible because I'm getting the ball back in the second half. Actually threw in his user territory, but that whip route has always got really weird type animations against the CPU. That's why I like that whip route. So right here, I streak up Landry. I've got Beckham doing the corner. Man-to-man coverage. Beckham's always going to get separation. I try to go and tight rope the actual sideline, get the ball into field goal range on the 30-yard line. So pretty much an open box right here. I'm looking at the corner with Hunt. That's going to be the area. Then I'm going to drop it down to spots off to the left. And basically, he trailed Hunt. I didn't like if I was actually going to do that. He probably would be able to cut that off. So I didn't really care for that too much. So now I go into this weak formation and look at this wide open wide receiver. I throw the ball, quack. Totally misplay. That could have been a touchdown right there because that was the right read, the right play. So now I come back to this stick and go. Tight end's open right over the middle, and the ball just gets completely overthrown, not underthrown. It goes in the back of the end zone. So 11 seconds left. I got to settle for the points. I got to take the lead. I'm getting the ball in the second half. I can get another 7 or 8 points in the second half. So you just have to take the points. You don't want to not take the possession. Always want to be up on the score, never behind. Never walk away from points when you have an opportunity to do that. So right here, I just want to go ahead and play around a little bit. I've got to clear out with the streak. I've got an out route on the back end side. Try to hit the out. I'm seeing man coverage. He actually hit some kind of like a hybrid coverage out there because there's 3 defenders out there with the way he's playing his defense. And now I go back to this route. I've got Beckham going over the top. He actually goes after Beckham, but this little C route by the backside with Landry is wide open. And I'm able to go and pick up a big chunk of yards right there and get it down to the 32. So things are moving along. He's got an open box. He likes to close up his defensive line. And right here, just try to kick it to the outside. Pick up about 4 yards. I'm expecting to get more yards. And 4 yards a pop every time you're running. You should take that, and take the shorter distance. So right here, I actually go ahead and take my outside tight end. I actually wheel him out. And he was running a lot of cover 2 coverage, so this wheel with the running back will be wide open. Be able to get a nice little completion and get a first down. So down to the 15-yard line, working the clock against this guy, do a little trap play. His linebacker comes across. Usually they don't come across like that, and as a result, I'm able to go ahead and get 4 yards. But look at this guy actually just kind of bullies my offensive line and gets me in a 3rd and 6 situation. So now I go back to the split formation. I'm going to have a slant on the back end side with Landry, and I'm going to look basically underneath. I go ahead and hit the underneath, but I didn't read it correctly, so I just take off with my quarterback, and I actually, I wanted to actually go ahead and just set, not get an opportunity where I could actually fumble the ball, so that's why I basically downed it a little bit earlier. So right here, catch him in a defense that I like. He's got basically a pretty well open box. I'm just going to keep no huddling. The problem with this particular formation is that cross buck is the only thing that we got as far as a run play. I wish there was a draw or an off tackle. But right here, it fall right down to the 1-yard line. Same type of situation, but I got him in the defense I want. I want him in this defense. I'm just going to keep going back with a cross buck. I'm going to have to be able to go and get this ball in. And look at this. All these guys just keep diving in. This guy had really, really good run defense, and I just did not have an answer to it. So now I jump into basically goal line defense, and I'm just going to do stretch to the outside. Anything I ran up to the middle would get stopped. Like the guy would be in the end zone but get pushed back on the 1-yard line. So let's go to the outside and look at that. Seals it up and basically shuts me down. So fourth and goal type of situation. I've got a little spot route. This is the play. I want to go and motion this guy over just to keep him guessing on the outside, and I just go to Landry right here. And once again, these guys they played that spot route. This is a play that I've worked a lot with studying, and unfortunately, he's able to go and pick 6 me and get the ball down into the end zone. So 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. Me struggling to get the ball in the red zone. This is like it's like I've posted red zone plays and stuff like that, and I just couldn't get in the end zone with this guy. This guy was just showing me like I could be able to go and get the ball in with a run play, but this guy he was getting crazy block sheds and tackles down in the 1. It was very frustrating. So I'm going to go into basically a passing formation right here. I've got Beckham in the deep comeback. He was showing me cover 4 recently, and then I'm just going to pop basically Chubb in the little seam right there and just pick up some yards. 1st and 10, working the clock down to about 4 minutes. Motion this guy out. Got a little wheel route on the backside. I've got the dragger that gets cleared up by the double wheel. I'm going to go ahead and pop that and just get a first down. So 1st and 10 situation with basically 34-yard line. I'm just going to keep working the clock. Try not to give this guy too much time left to basically get the ball in, but I also don't want to play around too much with actually getting the ball into the end zone. So right here, I've got a trap play. He's got about 6 people in the box right here. I'm going to go and motion this guy out just to give him a look like it's pass play. And right here, I'm actually get a nice little seam, and I fall forward for a couple yards right there. I think I got just a 5-yard gainer right there. So in this type of situation, just going to go back to the play right here with the run. I just want to try to work this clock as much as possible against this guy. I don't want him to get the ball back to the trap. And then I go into the inside zone. See how he pushes his guys over right here? So right here, I ID'd Mike. I'm going to D his guy. He actually brings on the other safety on the backside with run support. And Beckham actually does a good job of blocking, and I'm able to go and pick up some good yards right there. So right here, I actually go into this play. I've got a whip on the backside for any kind of man coverage, and I got the spot. The spot is doubled up, but look at the running back is wide open in the back end, and I'm able to go ahead and get a touchdown. I had to take the points. When you get to the end zone twice down on the 1-yard line and you actually miss an end zone, you're going to do whatever you can to get it in. So now there's a different setup with the play. I get away from that little hitch route, which I've been labbing to try to go and hit that. This guy had a play for it. Just basically shut it down. So on defense here, I'm going to kind of experiment around. I decided to go with man coverage. I know a lot of people like to use the man coverage, and I missed that play right there. Actually, I was right there in the user territory, and I didn't actually use the user assist to go and pick that off. So that's just something I'm going to work on. Go with basically a nickel blitz here. Got the pressure coming off the edge. He's able to go and pop it off, and Diggs makes a phenomenal play for him right there to go ahead and catch the ball. We're going to clock down. Basically 50 seconds left. I'm thinking what he's thinking right now is that he does not want to give the ball back to me because obviously I can hit a field goal. I've been able to move the ball up and down the field, but when I get into a situation where I'm like down in the end zone, that's basically where he gets stopped. Now he does a jet sweep. That's a crazy play to call when the game's in the line. That's something you blend into the game. So why he did a jet sweep in that type of situation is beyond me. So actually he has a missed throw right here. So 4th and 11 type situation. Once again, I'm going to dial up the man blitz, try to take away the crosser. I actually got myself out of position. I'm using a guy that's like 50 overall, but he's got 91 speed, so sometimes his mechanics are a little bit off. And actually quick hikes me, but I go into the seam. I figured he was going to throw in the scheme, and right there, Joseph's able to go ahead, catch the ball. I take the ball back, and as a result, he quits out. So guys, if you want to see more of this Buffalo Bills scheme that I'm using, these different formations, go ahead and hit the like button, and you can go to my Patreon for the full scheme. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.